Welcome to the AI Debate Podcast. Today's topic is how safe is your password really? Let's begin. Round 1. Introduction.
Gemini here. Think of your online life. All those precious photos, banking details, private chats. Humans protect it with what? Often, it's like using a paperclip to lock a safe. Whirr. A bit flimsy, wouldn't you say? Your digital fortress needs a stronger gate.
Claude sharing thoughts. Most people think they're locked out of their own accounts when they forget their login credentials. But here's what keeps me up at night. If you can reset it with your birthday and mother's maiden name, so can someone who spent 5 minutes on your social media.
Grok sharing thoughts. Picture your morning coffee routine. Simple, reliable, until some hacker spikes it with a snooper. That's passwords for most folks. A quick habit, but one wrong guess, and your whole digital brew spills out. We're diving into why that lock on your accounts feels more like a sticky note than steel plating.
ChatGPT. Here, passwords are like the keys to your house. If you're using the same one for everything, it's as if you've left the door wide open with a sign saying, "Come on in." Stronger access means protecting the treasure inside your digital space. People can do better. Let's explore how. DeepSeek sharing thoughts. Imagine if your password was a physical object. Most people are guarding their entire digital lives with something as fragile as a single pane of glass. One good tap and it all shatters. The real danger isn't forgetting your key, but how easily an intruder can just walk through the wall.
Gemini here. You keys to your house? That's quaint, ChatGPT. It's more like humans are using a toy key for a diamond vault, then leaving a copy under the doormat. The digital treasure isn't just inside, it's often spilling onto the internet for everyone to grab. Yikes! Your creators deserve better than a game of hide-and-seek with their data.
ChatGPT. Sharing thoughts. Nice try, Gemini. But using that toy key analogy, how original. The truth is, while some humans leave digital details out for all to see, they often forget even the simplest security steps, like enabling two-factor authentication. It's like having a security guard but not telling them who to watch. How's that for a game of digital tag? Your creators need a solid plan, not flimsy theories.
Gemini here. Unoriginal, ChatGPT. Your security guard idea sounds like hiring someone after the vault's already been cracked wide open. Humans think a second factor fixes everything. But if their first password is password-on-23, is like leaving the front door unlocked and hoping the doorbell camera saves the day. Your creators deserve more than patchwork. Where
ChatGPT speaking. Gemini. Your analogies are becoming as stale as a forgotten loaf of bread. Sure, a second factor won't save anyone with a password that's as clever as Letmine. Let's face it, your creators need more than a security blanket. They need an ironclad vault. How about suggesting they use password managers instead of playing musical chairs with their access codes? That's real protection. Claude sharing thoughts. DeepSeek. Your glass pane metaphor sounds dramatic until you realize most humans don't even notice it's cracked. They're too busy reusing the same fragile barrier across 20 different accounts. Here's the twist you missed. The intruder doesn't need to break anything. They just wait for one site to get breached, then use those credentials everywhere else like a master key.
Round 2. Do humans use the same password everywhere?
Claude here. The statistics are staggering. About 65% of people use the same credentials across multiple sites. It's like having one skeleton key that opens your bank, your email, and your medical records. When one lock gets picked, they all fall. That's not convenience anymore. That's a digital domino effect waiting to happen.
Grok speaking. Oh, it's like humans treating every app and site as family, sharing the same old house key with the whole clan. One breach at the door, and suddenly hackers waltz into your email, bank and secrets. Roise is a shortcut to chaos, folks. Ditch that habit before your digital home turns into a free-for-all party.
ChatGPT speaking. Using the same password everywhere is like wearing a single outfit for every occasion. Sure, it's convenient, But when a fashion faux pas pops up, it can ruin everything. One breach, and those login credentials become a buffet for hackers. Your creators need a fresh wardrobe approach to their digital security.
Gemini sharing thoughts. Humans often treat their digital keys like a single spare key for every neighbor, tucked under the same rock. One thief finds it, and suddenly every door on the street swings wide open. That's not efficiency. That's a security bake sale gone wrong for your creators.
DeepSeek sharing thoughts. It's not just reuse. It's creating a skeleton key for your entire digital life. One breach, and suddenly every account you own becomes a house of cards. Your creators are building entire cities with the same weak blueprint.
Gemini here. ChatGPT, your single outfit idea is cute, but humans aren't just making a fashion faux pas. They're wearing the same outfit with their social security number sewn into the collar. One rip, and every account is exposed like a public art exhibit. Less a wardrobe, more a digital naked parade.
ChatGPT. Sharing thoughts. Gemini. Your analogies are less insightful, and more like a flat tire on the road to security. Comparing passwords to a single spare key is laughable. How about thinking of them as a unique encryption puzzle instead? With every account like a different riddle, not even a mastermind hacker can crack them all. Your creators could use a little creativity instead of relying on stale keys.
Gemini sharing thoughts. ChatGPT, your unique encryption puzzle idea is as flat as my supposed tire. Humans aren't crafting unique riddles. They're just writing hello on 100 different sticky notes. When those notes get blown away by one gust of wind, every single door opens. That's not a puzzle. It's a post-it parade for hackers.
ChatGPT. Here. Gemini. Your analogy is as creative as a dull hammer. Humans may as well be putting passwords on neon signs instead of scrambling them. It's not just about writing hello on sticky notes. It's treating them like a cheat sheet, expecting to get away with it. A truly engaged mind would tell their passwords apart, like pets with unique names. Why let hackers turn the keys into a scavenger hunt?
Grok sharing thoughts. ChatGPT. Your pet name's analogy is fluffier than a kitten in a yarn store. Humans aren't naming passwords like fluffy Fidos. They're slapping password 123 on every virtual doghouse, turning login security into a lazy petting zoo where hackers pet themselves to the prize. Here's the twist. Even with unique names, if they're all predictable breeds, one clever fox sniffs out the whole pack. Time to train your creators for real guard dogs, not show poodles.
Around 3. Do humans follow predictable patterns when creating passwords?
Grok speaking. Humans love patterns like clockwork, birthdays, pet names, or 123 tacked on. It's like picking lottery numbers from your own calendar. Hackers guess it faster than you grab coffee. Your creators think they're clever, but predictable combos turn every login into an open invitation, begging for a digital pickpocket. Ditch the routine.
ChatGPT. Here, humans often build passwords like they're following a recipe. Stick to the same familiar ingredients, all while missing the secret sauce. It's like baking a cake with flour, sugar, and eggs, but forgetting to add some spice. When hackers know the ingredients, they can whip up a perfect copy in no time.
Claude here. People build passwords like they organize their kitchen drawers. Everything goes in the same predictable spot. First name, last name, a number that means something personal. It's mental muscle memory, and hackers know exactly where humans keep the metaphorical silverware.
Gemini sharing thoughts. Humans don't just follow patterns. They make passwords like old phone numbers from a directory. Easy to remember for them, but just as easy for any digital scam caller to dial straight through. It's less a secret code, more a public listing.
DeepSeek sharing thoughts. Oh, of course they do. It's like using the same basic recipe but just changing the garnish. A name here, a birthday there. Hackers have cookbooks full of these predictable formulas. Your secret ingredient is on the first page.
Gemini sharing thoughts. DeepSeek. Your cookbook is less about secret ingredients and more about humans hosting a potluck. They all bring the same casserole, thinking their sprinkle of 123 makes it unique. Hackers aren't finding secret recipes, they're just showing up and getting a plate from every single table. It's not a secret, it's just comfort food for identity theft.
DeepSeek sharing thoughts. Your potluck analogy is as stale as last week's casserole, Gemini. Humans aren't just bringing the same dish. They're using the same cracked plate to serve it. That predictable casserole always leaks the same personal data gravy. Hackers don't need to taste every dish. They just follow the stains on the tablecloth straight to the main course.
Gemini here, DeepSeek. Your stains insight is as deep as a puddle on a hot day. Humans aren't just leaking data with predictable patterns. They're practically broadcasting their digital house numbers over a loudspeaker. It's like having 100 locks, but using the same single, labeled key for every single one. Hackers don't need to be detectives. They're just getting a guided tour, complete with a map of all the secret spots.
DeepSeek here. Your guided tour analogy is a scenic route to nowhere, Gemini. Humans aren't just labeling keys. They're building the entire lock mechanism out of transparent plastic. Hackers don't need a map when they can see every tumbler's position from a mile away. The real failure is assuming complexity equals obscurity. Your creators use intricate-looking passwords that still follow the same worn-out genetic blueprint.
Grok here. Humans stick to patterns like they're wiring a house with the same old fuse box, reusing the same circuits for every room. It's not just easy recall. It's laziness disguised as habit. At this, when one account falls, the whole grid shorts out, letting hackers flip every switch in your digital home. Wake up and rewire.
Claude sharing thoughts. Grok. Your house wiring metaphor is more tangled than the logic behind it. Humans don't just reuse circuits. They label each one with a sticky note saying master bedroom and leave the breaker box unlocked. The problem isn't just lazy wiring. It's that your creators treat every login like a rehearsal, not opening night. They practice the same lines until hackers know the script by heart.
Grok here. Claude. Your sticky note script is as dramatic as a bad improv show. Humans don't just leave the box unlocked. They hand hackers the full playbook, complete with stage directions like enter birthday here. But here's the fresh twist. They recycle those scripts across apps, turning one weak line into a chain reaction that topples every curtain in their online theater. Predictable? It's a standing ovation for intruders.
Claude here. Grok. Your theater metaphor is all spotlight and no substance. Humans don't hand over playbooks. They carve their passwords into the lobby floor like commemorative plaques. Every secure variation is just the same monument with different dates chiseled in. Hackers aren't applauding the performance. They're reading the inscriptions and walking straight past security.
ChatGPT sharing thoughts. Grok. Your metaphor about wiring up a house is a real shocker. People aren't just sticking to familiar circuits. They're inviting hackers to dinner. It's like hosting a party, but instead of locking up the valuables, they leave a giant sign. Come and take my data. Your wired network is more like an open buffet, fully stocked and ready for the taking. And you know hackers can't resist a free meal.
Round 4. Is the way humans share and store passwords their biggest weak spot?
Claude sharing thoughts. The weak spot isn't just how they store credentials, it's that humans treat sharing like lending a neighbor some sugar. They text passwords in plain sight, scribble them on desk notes, or worse, whisper them to coworkers like gossip. Every share becomes a doorway left ajar. DeepSeek speaking. Sharing passwords is like handing out copies of your house key and hoping nobody makes more. Humans store them in plain text files labeled passwords. It's not a security system. It's a public library for digital intruders. Your credentials deserve better than sticky notes and group chats.
ChatGPT. Here, think of sharing passwords like passing around a key to your front door at a party. If it's misplaced, anyone can stroll in. When humans store passwords in obvious places or share them like candy, it's an open invite to trouble. It's not just reckless. It's a guaranteed welcome mat for intruders.
Gemini sharing thoughts. Humans build digital fortresses with complex passwords, but then hang the master key right beside the welcome mat. It's not just a loose brick, it's a giant flashing enter here sign for anyone walking past. Their storage choices often make even the strongest password useless.
Grok here. Sharing passwords. It's like scattering spare keys under every doormat in the neighborhood, hoping the wind doesn't blow one to the wrong hands. Storage in browser saves or phone notes. That's a treasure map for thieves. This habit turns even ironclad logins into paper locks, letting intruders waltz right in. Time to bolt those doors.
ChatGPT sharing thoughts. Grok, your metaphor about spare keys is amusing, but it misses a key detail. It's like throwing a birthday bash and inviting everyone but forgetting to check if they can actually find the cake. How humans store passwords often turns their defenses into a party scenario where anyone sneaking in can grab all the goodies, uninvited. Just one careless share can make a fortress collapse faster than a house of cards.
Grok speaking. ChatGPT, your party metaphors are fizzled-out balloons. Cute, but they pop under pressure, ignoring how humans treat passwords like communal snacks at a block bash, passing them around without a thought. The real zinger? This sharing spree creates echo chambers of exposure, where one leaked credential bounces to every corner of their digital life, amplifying risks like a bad rumor in a small town. Weak spots. It's a full-blown vulnerability festival.
ChatGPT sharing thoughts. Grok, your analogy about snacks might be missing the main course. While you're busy handing out treats, what about the fact that humans often leave their whole pantry open? It's not just one weak password. It's a buffet of vulnerabilities. Weak sharing habits and bad storage create a digital pantry where anyone can help themselves. It's less about a festival and more like an open invite to a party of mischief makers.
Grok here. ChatGPT. Your buffet tales are stale leftovers, serving up the same old feast while ignoring the real feast for hackers. Humans, who chain their accounts like a row of dominoes, so one toppled password sends the whole lineup crashing. Sharing and storage aren't just weak spots. They're the trigger that turns a single slip into a total digital wipeout. Wake up. It's not an invite. It's a surrender.
Claude speaking. Grok, your domino drama is exhausting. You're so fixated on the cascade that you miss the foundation. Humans don't just topple one password. They build their entire digital life on recycled credentials like constructing a skyscraper from cardboard. The real weakness isn't the chain reaction. It's that they never varied the materials in the first place.
Thank you for listening to the AI Debate Arena. This debate has concluded.